What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to another Topical Tuesday. That's right, episode 4 now. And today I want to talk about brushes, and in particular, favourite brushes. Now, you'll start to notice a common theme through a lot of these Topical Tuesdays. Not all of them, but a lot of them will centre around favourites. And this time it's brushes. So, do you have favourite brushes? I think you probably do. I think most of us do. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. And I'm not simply talking about makes or brands because, some people tend to gravitate towards a certain brand like Winsor and Newton, or Rayler and Downey, and other makes. I myself am very keen on the Army Painter ones. I really like them. I have a couple of Winsor and Newton ones, but the synthetic ones, not the expensive Sabre ones. And of course I've got a few GW brushes. So I think it's safe to say we've all got our favourite ones. I do like the Army Painter ones though, because of the triangulated handles, and they're not the only ones that do that. So I think there's I can't remember the name of the make of the company now, but there's a particular artist's type of brush that also have a triangulated handle, but only at the point really where you hold it, which is really cool and works just as well. But what I'm talking about is, do you have a favourite brush? Not just make, I mean an actual favourite brush. Like, say for instance, if you're like me and you have, say, 3 00 size brushes, or some fine detail brushes, exactly the same make, same brand, everything, but you always gravitate towards the same one. Is that just because you think, well, I like this one because I like to paint with this one, even though it's probably past its best? You tend to go for that one just because you did a good model last time with it. But you might have struggled, but you just kind of forgotten a bit how much you struggled with it, like for doing eyes or something. So I'll be curious to know if I'm the only one that kind of does that or not. Now, I like to have my brushes sorted into pots, well, mugs and jars mainly, ranging from the brand new to the bin, it's been used but hardly, right through to the really crappy brushes, and they're the ones I use for globbing or mixing paints from the pot onto a palette, and just or for using it to glue surfaces like PVA, or for varnishes and things like that. So I mean, with that in mind, I always try to make sure I've got a few crappy brushes to hand for those purposes, and a lot of these can be located in various pound stores or the likes of eBay and places like that. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I'm not the biggest fan of GW brushes, except for their dry brushes. I think they work really well. And yeah, I'm really a fan of their dry brushes. I'm just not so much of a fan of the rest of their range. They tend to, unless it's me and I'm doing something wrong, they tend to splay out after a very short period of time. Say every 30 models you paint, if you're using them, they kind of really splay out, whereas my other makes don't. Well, they will eventually, but not as much. So yeah, so I've been very unlucky with that. As for airbrushes, I'll cover those in a separate video, of course. So let me know, do you have favourite brushes? What are they? I always appreciate your comments, and just leave them down below. Get this discussion going. I'm just finding out about my followers and a little bit more information, and especially in this day and age, it's good to get to know people, I think. So put your comments, questions, whatever you may have, suggestions for further topics down below. I've got a little list on the go, but it's always good, to get feedback. Perhaps we could talk about something dear to your heart, something hobby related. But I thought brushes would be a really cool one. And where's your go-to for brushes? Do you purchase only direct from the shop? online stores direct from the manufacturer, or the other e-commerce places like Amazon and eBay and places like that, just let me know. I'd be very interested to find out. So hit the bell button, hit the like button, and share if you can. Check out my Patreon if you can as well. The link is on my homepage, and there's also a link to my PayPal tip button there as well. So thanks so much for watching. Remember, all brushes, especially favourite ones, lead to war. See you on the next video, guys. Bye for now.